Hello guys and welcome to my new video, and today we're going to talk about the Tennessee's special election that's going to happen next week, okay, December 2nd. Today is November 27th when I'm recording this video, and we'll be on touch because we're going to have a final video about this election on Sunday, November 30th, and then on Tuesday, December 2nd, we're going to have a beautiful live stream starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 a.m. UTC, 7 p.m. Central Time. If you are from that zone, if you're from Tennessee, okay, it's going to close at 7 p.m. And right now, as you can see here from ENBC News, millions are pouring into Tennessee's special election ahead of the December vote because this will be very important. Trump carried this district by 21.5 points. Also, the Republicans in the House, they carried the district by a very big margin. And right now, some worrying signs, at least in the Republican side, according to this race, because they think, at least so far, that this is quite a competitive race, and my model is predicting 9 points, and I'm going to show you my model in just a second. But before that, I'm just going to show you some of the notice here. As you can see here, some PACs are now ramping up the spending in order to support the candidates, the Republican and the Democratic candidate also. And we have a lot of money pouring into this race, as we have in any competitive race. This is not supposed to be competitive because in 2024, we got a win by 21.5%, and this was not competitive at all, okay? The point is, the thing the Democrats are really counting on is the turnout of the black voters in Davidson County, which is it's a part of Nashville, okay? And they really want to count on those voters to turn out in massive numbers. They cannot turn out in 2024 numbers, they need to turn out in waves, otherwise they will not have a chance, okay? And the Democrats really need to win Montgomery County. It's kind of a suburban county. It's very big. Actually, it was the biggest county in terms of not the biggest county, but the biggest part of a county in this race, as you can see here, with more than 77,000 votes, okay? And then right now, from the turnout indications we have in the early vote, Davidson County is ahead of Montgomery County to be the biggest vote in terms of producing numbers, okay? As you can see here, I'm just going to select here, I'm sorry. And this is the district, I mentioned multiple times. And then we have 84,000, I'm sorry, I already read this today, I'm sorry. We have 84,000. The early vote ended on Wednesday. I'm recording this video on Thursday because we only have the data from yesterday today. But this video will be uploaded tomorrow. So for you're watching this video on Friday the 28th. Okay? I hope you had a beautiful Thanksgiving yesterday. For me today, even though I don't celebrate that tradition, I really hope you had a beautiful one, okay? That's just my wishes for you. But as you can see here, Davidson County had an amazing day on Wednesday. As you can see from the turnout, almost 3,000 votes they got. And really the Democrats, people were not thinking that this was a competitive race, and now, I mean, people, when we're just starting to go into the election more and more and more, and people are just feeling, the Democrats are feeling that this could actually be on their way. We also have the Democratic Party 6 momentum in Tennessee's 7th district special election, because Democrats won New Jersey, won Virginia by blowout margins. When you talk about New Jersey and Jack Ciattarelli, I really didn't think that was possible. I thought that was a competitive race. I mentioned Democrats +3. So that was not possible, at least for me. And now, when I watched this, it was just crazy. And here, as you can see here, and even though the Democrats are not, of course, in the White House, they have a huge tendency, or at least a huge trend to vote. Okay, that's why it's normal for this low turnout elections, as you know, this low turnout special elections to be more in favor of the Democratic Party than in the Republican Party, because this is a low turnout election, and the opposition party usually tends to vote more in those elections. Also, the Democrats are more willing to vote, because the Republicans, even MAGA ones, are quite not happy with the current situation, because the prices are still going up and all of that stuff, even though that's not Trump's fault in most of the cases, even though tariffs is one of his fault. But in most of the cases, it's not his fault, it's just the way the economy works. Prices go up, it doesn't matter who the person is there. And you can argue that it's better for prices to go down, but that will only happen if you have a very bad situation like a pandemic or like a recession, and you don't want that. So as you have economic growth, you'll have monetary expansion, you'll have inflation, okay, and also the government deficit doesn't help you either. But then you have here the New Emerson College polling survey shows a tight special election in Tennessee. That's also a very source of angst in the Republican campaign, and also a very sense of hope in the Democratic ones, because as you see here, the Republican is ahead by only by 2 percentage points. My model is giving Republicans +9. But as you can see, I made a mistake in the previous elections because I overestimated the Republican Party in many ones. Even though I said that Virginia, I think, was +10, it was +15 or 7-16 at the end. It was still not a great result for me, and I apologize for that. I also mentioned that a lot of times because I want to be transparent with you, and I said, I'm sorry. And as you can see here, you see 5% undecided. So that's 2 percentage points lead. It's not 2%, it's 2 percentage points. People should understand the difference, but that's just a topic for another video. And you can see that the Democrats are really counting on those 5% and that are undecided to turn out and vote for them. Otherwise, it will not be. As you can see, the economy is in the top issues for 38% of Tennessee voters. Housing affordability, healthcare, threats to democracy, immigration, crime, and education. Immigration quite low, to be honest, but it's big. I'm just saying it's quite low because it's Tennessee. To be serious about what we're talking about. Tennessee is a very Republican state. Housing affordability is normal. We're gonna have a video talking about Mandani's policies, and that will be a my opinion video. We're gonna have 2 per month in terms of my opinion. That's not a video about political analysis. It's not a video when I'm talking about. It's of course facts, but it's facts and my own opinion. It's not only facts. I'm not trying to be unbiased, okay? Though the video is gonna be, I don't know if this is this week or next week, but we already have a video recorded about that. As you can see here as well, CNN is also saying the Democratic momentum is going to be tested because the record low approval ratings in many, because the Democrats are having a lot of problems in terms of their approval rating, but also the Republicans, the Trump administration, the approval rating is going down as you would expect for any president. And since here the 3 polls we have right now is Impact Research, Van App's +8 is the Democratic sponsor. To be honest, I don't care if it is Democratic or Republican sponsor because we don't have access to the real polls, and the real polls is the polls that only the campaign have access because they know the real story. The Democrats don't want to show to them that they are ahead even if they are behind because they want to know the real thing, and we don't have access to those, which is quite sad to be honest. But as you can see here, Van App's +8 and Van App's +2. My model is saying +9, 10, 8 to 10, I would say. This is still a huge underperformance by the Republicans. But as you can see here, the biggest is 700. Of course, this one in terms of more number of people. Sometimes wonder, this is a very interesting thing, why they only choose 700 or 400 people, and why is that representative? It is representative. You don't need to have a lot of people. You just need to choose the people very well. That's sometimes what the polls miss, because you need to choose people from different incomes, from different races, from different genders, and you need to combine that to get a little bit of the demographic usually the state has. In Tennessee, I think it's like 80% white or so. It's a very white state. It's a very, in terms of not a lot of people have college degrees, even though we have a little bit of Davidson County, she's Nashville, and that has a little bit of college degrees. I think it's majority college degrees. But here Emerson College, which is the most reputable company, at least in those other 3. I don't understand most of the 3 companies. I only know Emerson, so I'm just talking about them. Van App's +2, that's the race we're going to have, at least right now, according to the polls. It's going to be a very interesting race, and I hope you to tune in next Tuesday. We're still going to have a video talking a little bit more about this race in terms of what it means for the political momentum for the Trump administration, and also the political turmoil in Congress, because the Republicans' majority is very, very small in the House, so you don't want to lose any seat. And this will be a win for the Democrats, a pickup for the Democrats on track to 2026, which we expect to be a win year for the Democrats as a whole. I'm just going to show you my model, okay? So my model here is quite simple, okay? This is based on turnout, indifference, and swings, and right now you can argue my model is saying based on turnout that we'll have a Republicans +10 win. Okay, this is my model. Can be mistaken. I suspect this is only based on the turnout of the early votes, of course, But when you get the election day votes, we don't know. I don't know if we're gonna have per hour turnout or so, but I'm not so sure about what will happen during the election day, and if we can actually have more turnout than this. Right now, I'm estimating that the early vote will be 70% of the whole vote, because that's what happened in 2024. But if it doesn't happen, okay, it can be more turnout, because the Republicans probably are a little bit worried about all of this. And that means we're going to have 38.29% of the whole turnout in 2024. And that is crazy. That is great. It's great turnout for a special election, especially in a state like Tennessee, even though this one seems to be running to be a competitive one. Okay, so I just hope you, I'm going to say this again, this is the end of the video, so if you want to leave you can do, but I'm just gonna leave a small message. I hope you had a beautiful, again, Thanksgiving. Next year, gonna have beautiful things. We're just a couple of days until December, and we'll be a little bit days apart from Christmas, and that will be a fantastic moment of the year. So I hope you have liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave your like if you're new, and also please help the channel if you want. That'll be crucial for me, and I'll be very grateful. And also, I'm trying to speak a little bit slowly in the videos, because some people recommend me to do that, and I'm just trying to be better, at least also in the videos. So hope you like the video, and we'll see you tomorrow. No, but on Sunday with another video and the final recap of Tennessee's special election. Thank you.